I'm wondering if I could get you guys to help me understand how this is working, because I don't know why this is a feature within the game right now. In order to reset your tempering, you need the scrolls of restoration, and they can only be used once. This game is about min-maxing and getting the best out of like, the most damage, the most tank, and to be able to progress with your character. Being able to use this scroll once when you get really low rolls on your tempering and you're trying to max those, it feels really bad. My brain only goes to one kind of direction on why they chose to do this once. I kind of hate it, right? And I'm going to talk about it, but let me know what you think. Like, why do you think we can only do this once? There was even asked in the dev stream why they've only done this once, and they didn't even come up with an answer. They just said, yeah, we're kind of looking into it, which is, we all know that isn't being looked into, or it's been looked into quite a lot, and this is designed in a very specific way. Let me tell you what it does for those of you who don't know. What it does is when you temper your gear via the blacksmith, you can put rolls and things onto your gear like extra crit damage, extra overpower, just extra stats on your gear to help you do more damage. It's a random roll between, I don't know, 50 and 100. And I'm currently at the stage where I'm looking for those 100 rolls. Tempering allows me to look for that specific roll, because you can only do it like 5-6 times, and then once it's done, it's locked out. You use the scroll, and then you do it again for another 5 or 6 times to hopefully get a max roll. Once that's done, once you've done all 12 rolls, you cannot temper it again. And if you did not get that max roll that you're looking for, you then have to scrap that piece of gear because it's not useful to you. For me right now, I've got a full gear set that I'm trying to spec out to max. The amount of times I've had to use the scrolls and the scrolls just don't roll high for me is uber frustrating. I don't know how many 2-star kind of chest pieces or like weapons drop for you guys, but for me, they don't drop too much. And I'm on for like 4 to 6 hours a night. What would this kind of feel like if you only played for like 2 hours a night, or maybe like 1 to 2 hours like every other day, for you to get a good piece of gear, temper it not work, and then you have to scrap it? How long is it until you get a good piece of gear next time? That's kind of like who I'm thinking about here. When I play these games, I'm never thinking about people like myself who like to grind and like to go hardcore. I'm always usually thinking about the people that play this game for like maybe like 5-6 hours a week and how their experience is with the game. My only conclusion that I've come to is I think this is for player metrics, because it's going to take me about 200 hours of game time to get like a 2-star drop unless I go into like the trade place, right? If you're not using trade and you're just going off of drops on your own and you're trying to find like 3 stars or like 2 stars, even just like a 1-star, that could take you maybe quite a lot of time. 1 star's not so much. I think 2 stars and 3 stars, they're very rare, especially for me anyway. I haven't seen too many. And having that drop, and you're just kind of like, yes, you know what I mean? You get that sense of my grinding has paid off. I got a 3-star. I can really progress on my gear now. And then have really low rolls and then temper it and get really low rolls again. It feels so bad. It really does. It feels so bad. And I've had to scrap so many 2-stars over my kind of time of trying to progress my gear. I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. It really doesn't feel good as a player to experience these kind of things. So I just personally think it's just for kind of like for player metrics. So you just spend longer playing the game to grind even harder. I think just it's an unnecessary grind as well, because even when you do get another 3-star drop, it could drop like 75% fire resist instead of like max health. And you're just like, well, this is a 3-star drop. Great. But the rolls on that suck by default. And so I'm going to throw it away anyway. If you got a really good 3-star, just allow me to temper it as many times as I want. If you want to make the scrolls maybe like, I don't know, 3 times as hard to grind for, do that instead. I think it feels a lot more rewarding for me if I get a scroll and I'm like, cool, I've got a really good piece of gear to use this scroll on. And now I can then potentially get the rolls that I want on that piece of gear. I think that's a lot better. Just again, in my opinion, I think that's a lot better than only being able to use it once, then have to throw the piece of gear away, and then just have 15 scrolls left over that you have nothing really to do with. Allow them to be used more than once on the piece of gear, and just make them harder to find. I don't mind that at all. But guys, let me know what you think. That's kind of my opinion or mindset on the topic. And yeah, if you like the videos, please give them a like, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.